Here in Tokyo. Today I'm bringing you 4 micro apartments. From livable to crazy. And if you were to see any of these apartments, please make sure you watch the third one. So starting off, we're in Shibuya. Watch your head. This apartment is located a 5 to 8 minute walk away from the train station, so really you're in the heart of it. This building was built in the 90s and there's no elevator, so we have to take the stairs up to the 3rd floor. And here we are. So this is a 13 square meter apartment, which is 139.9 square foot. It's small, but it's very nice in here. It's very clean, it smells good, it's very livable. Don't really have balcony access, but that little box is your emergency ladder, which you can throw down. Look, we even have a spot for a wash machine. This apartment's for the monthly rent of 73,000 yen, which for being in the world's largest city and then really being in like one of the most populated areas of the city, it's a pretty reasonable price. Here is the floor plan. Single burner, you're probably going to be eating out a lot. I have a friend who lives in a different part of Japan and has to come to Tokyo for work, so he says sometimes he's rented out places similar to this. So I guess if you're coming to Tokyo enough for work, having a spot like this, it won't be so bad. And believe it or not, there are people making lots of money here in Japan. This unit also has no security deposit or key money fee. Toilet and bath in the same room. It's also a regular 2-year contract, but what do you think of this unit? Honestly, it's not that bad. Again, it's tiny, but it's a very livable space. Alright, I'll walk you around the neighborhood, and then the next area we're going to is called Nakano, which is famous for the Nakano Broadway. So if you're into manga, anime, and all that, it's a good place to live near. Will you have space for those things in the next apartments I show? Maybe. Maybe not. One more thing right before we go see the apartment, there are some coffee shops. Rec Coffee is from Fukuoka. And right across the way is the coffee shop that you can sit down and listen to records. It was one of those things you see on social media that had blown up and kind of wonder, is it, up to the hype? It was. I definitely recommend going. I had a good time. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's move on to our next spot. The next 3 apartments we'll be looking at are all 9 square meter, which is 96 square feet. So I'm warning you now, the first one's crazy, but really what you want to see is the one after this. And here we are. This is all of it. This has to be absolutely the most unconventional design I've come across. A little bit of outside access. So in USD, this is $360, and in yen, it's for the monthly rent of 53,000 yen. No key money, no security deposit. But hey, you still have your own toilet and bathtub, I guess. You may know Japanese sento, which is Japanese bathhouse, and a lot of those became popular and got started because a lot of homes didn't have their own, shower or bath, so they had to go to the public one. And now they just remain as tradition. Alrighty, upstairs to my favorite unit. So immediately you notice this one has a ladder. But overall same layout. But I think it has 2 big surprises, and the first surprise is behind this door. Take your guesses now what's going to be behind it. And if you guessed nothing, you were correct. I mean, just absolutely off the wall design. But I do have to say, I love how crazy it can get. And what is up here? It is a loft. If you are claustrophobic, this is not for you. Look at this. I'm not a big person, but, this was a squeeze for me. More than likely you'd use this for storage, but you do have plenty of room to lay 1 futon out. I wouldn't say plenty, I mean just enough for you to lay down. Basically the same cost and specs as the other one, but has loft and on 2nd floor. You can move the ladder and place it on that bar right there. I should mention that they have free internet. Here's the floor plan. And off to the last one. This one's probably the most sane out of the last two. Still extremely small, but we have a normal layout. Also, the closest train station is about a 12-minute walk, and Nakano Station is about a 20-minute walk. Please, if you're moving to Japan, invest in a bicycle. For those who are curious, the floor plan. Again, pretty much all the same specs, different floor layout, but let me know what you thought of these apartments. Unfortunately, I don't have a neighborhood walk on this one. The weather has just been so extreme, my equipment was about overheating, but till next time.